Hello and welcome to Bri's Book and Film. A little while ago, a friend of mine bought me this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was the last of the good Roman emperors, and Meditations, it's Marcus Aurelius's attempt to calm his mind, steady his nerve in the midst of, war and all the stuff that was happening in the Roman Empire at the time. In this book is a series, it's his journal entries, his personal journal entries. I don't think it's a book that you could read cover to cover. I have read it cover to cover, but I don't think it flows very well reading it cover to cover. On the back it says, Meditations. Delve into the profound wisdom of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius in this illuminating collection of personal reflections. Meditations offers a rare glimpse into the mind of a philosopher, king, exploring timeless themes of virtue, duty, and human condition. This beautifully illustrated edition brings ancient Stoic philosophy to life with authentic period artwork and comprehensive annotations. Enhance your understanding with a detailed glossary that provides cultural and historical context, making this complex work accessible to modern readers. About Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors, ruled the Roman Empire at its height from 161 to 180 CE. Despite his imperial duties, Marcus was a devoted Stoic philosopher whose private thoughts have inspired generations. It's certainly inspired me. Meditations, written as a personal journal, reveals a leader grappling with the challenges of power, mortality, and ethical living. This edition celebrates Marcus's enduring impact on philosophy, self-improvement, and leadership, inviting readers to contemplate the timeless pursuit of wisdom and self-mastery. Now, Stoicism, reading this book, from what I've understood, alright, and I'm not claiming to be an expert, you can't control most things. You can't control. You're not in control of other people's thoughts or other people's speech or other people's actions. All you're in control of is yourself and how you choose to respond to each situation. Life is temporary. It really is. People can be difficult. You will run into difficult people. You will run into impossible to deal with people from time to time. That's life. That's the way that goes. People do unpredictable things. They act in an unpredictable way. They say things that maybe they don't mean. How you choose to respond to that is up to you. It's only me that can control how I choose to react. The only thing truly under your control is your thoughts, your actions, and your response. You can't stop traffic, bad weather, rude people, or death, but you can stop yourself being consumed by them. And there's a lot of truth in that. The notes say Meditations is essentially a Roman emperor trying to train himself to stay calm, rational, disciplined, and decent in a chaotic world. You've always got to try and do the right thing. Just do the right thing. If it says in the book about it going against nature, the nature of the universe provides everything that we need, and it says do what is in your nature and the nature of the universe. Always try and do what's right. Whether it's difficult for you to do, you've just got to do it. Whether it's uncomfortable for you to do, you've got to do the right thing. And at the time, Marcus Aurelius was one of the most powerful men on the planet at that time. But he still struggled. Like the rest of us struggle, he still struggled with anxiety, frustration, ego, anger, and his own mortality. what he tells us, see, the book itself isn't a self-help book in and of itself, but there are passages in there that can help. For instance, always remember the nature of the whole and your own nature, how they are related, and what kind of part you are within that whole. No one can prevent you from always doing and saying things in accordance with your nature. You know, and there's all sorts of little excerpts like that I did highlight one, but I can't find it. I did when I was reading, but it's gone. But basically, you've got to just take it on the chin. No, I can't find it, and I can't be doing with looking for it now. You know, I've made notes, extensive notes. This book is, I've done my best to understand. I've done my best to absorb, you know. But basically, the basic gist of it is, people will be difficult. Life will be difficult. Situations are going to be hard. It's up to us as an individual how we respond. It also, in a strange kind of a way, it does align with sort of the empty boat theory in a way. If somebody does me harm, I can assign blame. If something happens and there's nobody there to blame, it still happened, but I've got nobody to blame, so I just have to accept, well, that happened. So, you know, and in this modern stressful life, and of course, Marcus Aurelius wasn't dealing with social media. He wasn't dealing with Facebook, X, or any of the other Snapchat, TikTok, you know, YouTube. He wasn't dealing with. He had his own pressures. But he didn't have. But now we've got different pressures. And the trouble is, now all this information is beamed into the palms of our hands via these. The smartphone delivers all the world's information into the palm of our hands, and not all of it is positive. Not all of it is positive. We've got world leaders, we've got wars, we've got chaos, we've got carnage, and it's beamed into our hands, and it's accessible for us to read all the time, day and night, constantly. There's always going to be wars. There's always going to be disturbances. There's always going to be carnage and chaos and mayhem in the world. But you just have to accept that for what it is. That is man being man. It is what it is. It's essentially saying it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. Just live your life the best way you can. Essentially, that's sort of boiling it down to its sort of components. Yeah, it's a philosophical book, introspective, looking into Marcus Aurelius himself. I may not be doing this book any justice. If you know more about philosophy and Stoicism than I do, and I'm getting it completely wrong, other people will annoy you. Oh yeah, they do. He talks constantly about difficult people. He basically says people lie, people are selfish, people are ignorant, people act badly because they don't understand better. But you shouldn't become bitter yourself, and the best revenge is not to become like them. You've got to try and be self-controlled. You've got to try and be disciplined, control your emotions and your feelings. You may not always feel like it. Talks about a lot of other things. Basically how the dramas that we find ourselves wrapped up in today, in a few years' time, will all be gone. The drama will be gone. Nobody will care or remember. You know, let's go back to this note now. I've made several notes because I wanted to try You know, I've read the book, I've understood it the best I can. Like I say, a friend bought it for me. But the book can drag. It can a little bit. He often repeats the same ideas, which I suppose reiterates how important those ideas are. And some of the passages are a little bit obscure for modern day reading. But that doesn't take away from the core idea, the tenets of Stoicism, which is to just accept that life is what it is. We will all die. Everything is lent to us by the universe. The universe provides everything that we need and then takes it away again when we don't need it. So we are where we are in the universe, in the plan, the great scheme of things. We are where we are. If I've not done this Stoicism philosophy any justice at all, and you want to lambast me in the comments, then feel free. But I am just a bloke talking about a book I've read. I've tried to adopt some of the ideas of loss into my own life. I've tried to, take on board that stuff happens. It does happen, and it's going to happen. And there's nothing I can do about it. What am I going to do? Sit there and cry about things? Just got to get on with it because it's happened. It's done. This is essentially what the book tells you. You just got to crack on, basically. Just accept life for what it is. Difficult people, difficult situations. Your response matters the most. How you choose to respond. I'm going to give this book 4 hot coffee cups and a pile of custard creams, because like I say, the book can drag a little bit in places and it can be a little bit repetitive. But four hot coffee cups, and you've got to be ready to learn. You've got to be switched on to read this book. It's not a casual pick-up book. Reading it cover to cover is possible, but probably not recommended. Dip into it, pick out bits. Yeah, maybe it's a bit like the Bible in that regard. Yes, you could read the Bible cover to cover, but why would you do that? You just want to read certain parts of it at certain times. So 4 hot coffee cups and a pile of custard creams for Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. If you want to learn something, change your views, change your opinions, change your thoughts, buy Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Top rated, and it is top rated as well. Give it a read. Try and do your best with it, and try and take on some of the philosophies that he talks about. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.